Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to 48 Detailing. We got a super special car for you guys today. This is going to be a new video series that we're doing where we're going to go ahead and give you an overview of all these cool new vehicles that are coming in. And we're going to start with the latest and greatest, the new Rivian RT1. Now this is a 2022 model. Customer just got it from Rivian. We're going to be doing a full body paint protection film application on this one and get it dialed in for the customer and protected. But till we get that done, let's go ahead and do a quick overview about the vehicle, go over some specifications, the quality of the paint job, the interior quality, and all the other little intricate things that we see here on a daily basis when we get up close and personal to these vehicles. Over 800 horsepower, 835 to be specific, and over 900 foot-pounds of torque. Did you just hear what I just said? This pickup truck does 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. It's remarkable. And you, the average consumer, can go out and buy one if you can get your hands on one in time. Just keep that in mind. It's pretty amazing what the amount of power and performance that we're getting from these electric vehicles nowadays. Some more specifications is 11,000 pounds worth of towing capacity and about a 1,700 pound payload capacity here in the bed. Now, this comes with a lot of electronic features and toys and things like that. We'll go over that in a second, but I want you guys just to go around the vehicle and kind of appreciate the simplistic, what I almost call Swedish type of design of the vehicle. Straight lines, flush surfaces. I really enjoy the looks of this car. Nora's behind the camera right now. She was kind of iffy about it to begin with, but when she saw it in person, it really won her over. So I really hope you guys enjoy the walk around of the vehicle. So let's go over the little cool details that Rivian threw into this new electric truck. So number one, when you lock the vehicle, one sec, where is it? Look at the beam of lights that you see on the vehicle when you approach it and unlock the car. And when you lock it, listen closely, get a little chirp. Unlock. Little chirp. How cute is that? I love how they have that little touch to the lock feature rather than having your standard beep or something like that that you see on your average vehicle. Another cool thing is the key. Check this out, guys. Nice rugged key, the same kind of vibe the rest of the truck is going for, but it has a nice little carabiner on it that you can open up, hook onto the rest of your keys or your backpack or whatever it is. So they're really chasing after that adventure theme throughout the vehicle. Now, as you can see, the design that you guys saw with that B-roll footage that we added is very rugged. Has a lot of plastic moldings and trim, and it's pretty good quality plastic from what we're seeing so far. It's not hard or tacky. It actually has a little bit of soft texture to it. So that's really nice, and that goes all the way around the vehicle. So when you're taking this off-road, your painted areas shouldn't get hit with too much debris and contamination, things of that nature. But of course, we still want to make sure that you protect your vehicle, and that's exactly what we're doing with this one with a full body paint protection film application. All right, guys, so let's go into a little bit more detail on the front end of this vehicle. As you can see, like I stated before, you have this beautiful LED light design. When you unlock the vehicle and approach it, lights up and gives you some presence and some experience when you unlock your car every single time. Makes it fun for you, the owner, and anybody else who's experiencing the car with you. Now, moving on to the rest of the front end, again, going back to that experience, when you open up the frunk, you can see that it is actually electronically controlled, opens up automatically for you, and you got a good amount of frunk space over here as well. And we're gonna continue walking around the vehicle, guys. We're gonna move on to the rear end. As you can see over here, there's a good amount of space when it comes to a rear bed as well. That also opens up automatically for you. It is lined with plastic. Now, plastic bed liners, I'm not gonna say they're the best, especially if you use your bed a lot. They will get scratched up, they will get bruised over a period of time. So this might be something to watch out for. Maybe there will be some alternatives on the market sooner or later when it comes to covering up this bed liner or protect it for you. But plastic bed liners, not the best experience. Honda Ridgeline, we've seen those a lot. They have plastic bed liners, and over a period of time, this bed liner does fade pretty drastically, depending on the quality of plastics. And it's gonna be very hard to go ahead and restore a surface area this large. But the great thing about a plastic bed liner is if you are putting more sensitive items back here, it will be protected, and it's not paint, so it won't get scratched up. And then you're just gonna go ahead and lift the tailgate up, close it, and that is all set to go. Now you will notice that we are missing some badges on this Rivian, and the reason being is because we've been in the process of removing them for a film application. We still got to go ahead and remove the rear end and a couple other badges along the vehicle, but we do this so we can get a nice seamless finish on the paint protection film application when we are installing the film. Now, moving on from there, guys, you're gonna go ahead and have your internal storage solution over here along the bed as well. We're gonna show you that in a few minutes when we jump on the interior. You got plenty of storage over here, you got it in the bed, and then also we're gonna move into the interior next. All right, welcome to the Rivian RT1's interior. Now we are sitting in the driver's seat, you are in the passenger seat. You can get a good view of the interior and the design as well. And like I said, very simplistic. It reminds me of kind of like Volvo's Swedish design. You have a good choice of vinyl materials, porous wood types, also fabrics as well, and then aluminum trim pieces as well. Now, the touch and feel of everything that we're seeing right now is actually really, really nice. I'm very surprised by the quality of the vehicle on the inside overall. Creaking, things of that nature. You can see I'm really moving around the center console, pushing on stuff. I don't really hear much, which is great. We get Mercedes in here all the time, high-end luxury vehicles, and sometimes we get into those brand new like S-classes and stuff like that. I start pushing an elbow on the center console or on the door or something like that, and you hear a bunch of creaking. So to see a company that's making a new truck or a new vehicle and you're not running into that issue is a sign of positivity, and they're really paying attention to the quality and build of these things for the most part. But not to say that this thing does not have faults, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Now over here we have the steering wheel, very simplistic 3-spoke design, very good to hold, comfortable 3 and 9 positions over here. The steering wheel is on the thinner side, not anywhere close to like an M steering wheel out of a BMW or something like that, but it is comfortable to hold. I do want you to take note, you do have some ripples over here on the steering wheel when it comes to the leather, so a little bit of quality control. Just like I said, this car does not come without faults, so something to take note of. But again, steering wheel, really nice, comfortable steering wheel. Seating overall, very comfortable as well. You have a multi-textured seat. You have the leather, vinyl surfaces, and then you also have that fabric on the center over here. We'll show you that in a minute or two as well. Of course, you got your center gauge cluster over here, which has your vehicle information, speed, parking, all that good stuff. Very similar to Tesla. You walk in, you go ahead and pick your gear, and you're set to go, and the vehicle is ready to be driven. Right over here, you have your screen for your navigation, your vehicle controls, things like that. It's going to show your energy consumption and also all the other information that's needed. The screen is very responsive. You can unlock certain areas of the vehicle, turn the lights on in the bed, make sure that the bed cover goes back, and then also have access to your gear tunnel that we showed you earlier. So we're going to show you that in just a second. I'll actually open that up, press that real quick. Now, one thing, again, the vehicle is not without its fault. That right there, you can see that there's an error message over here on the screen regarding the gear tunnel. Happened just a second ago. Try that again. But sadly for the gear tunnel, it's been kind of finicky. We do need to open doors in certain areas of the vehicle so we can tuck film underneath, and we've been having some trouble with the gear tunnels on getting those doors completely open. So one little thing to take note of. But again, you can have access to all that information, the interior lighting settings, your battery consumption and all that good stuff, and also more vehicle information over here with the series and all that information as well. So now that we're done looking forward and done looking up, let's look down real quick at the center console over here. You got plenty of storage that you're seeing over here. Really, really great feel when it comes to these doors over here. You press that button real quick and it opens up automatically. And you can see you got a good amount of storage right there. Cup holders are right over here in the center. Again, really sturdy feeling. They don't feel like they're gonna break on you, okay? I'm a big BMW guy. I love older generation BMWs, E46, my Z4, you know, the classics. And let me just say, the cup holders on those things are mediocre at the end of the day at best. So it's nice to have a vehicle that has some pretty sturdy cup holders with plenty of storage as well. And check this out. You also get a portable Bluetooth speaker, so when you're going out camping and all that good stuff, you have music available to you at all time. That just slides out and you slide it back in, ready to charge as well at your convenience. All right, guys, let me join in on this with you. Get back over here. All right. In the back area of the Rivian RT1, and as you can see, we got plenty of space. I'm in a comfortable driving position up front. I'm about 5'11". God shorted me 1 inch for Tinder. You know how it is. It is what it is, you know? I'm sorry, but can't do nothing about it. Anyways, 5'11", comfortable seating position up front for me over here, and as you can see, I still got plenty of space over here on the rear end. Seating position on the rear is actually really, really nice. I'm liking it. The seats are a bit on the harder side, but obviously new car is going to be a bit more give on the seats later as they've been broken in. You do have some more storage capacity right over here, and as you can see, I have this nice little brass touch over here when it comes to the elastic material that opens this up. And then also a hook over here to hang stuff like clothes and things of that nature as well. You got that beautiful glass opening going all the way through the rear, so it's nice and ambient here in the rear as well for your passengers. And then also you have your aircon system down here where you can use this rear display to go ahead and change the temperatures and volume of air being passed through on the rear end. So before I show you the cargo tunnel, I want to show you the rims as well and the rim design. So come on over here, you got these nice meaty 275/65 R20 all-terrain tires right over here. You got a beautiful rim design. I really like the rim finish on this. The contrast with the yellow and the Rivian logo right over there is really nice. Now, one thing to take note, this is a matte finish. Matte rims are a bit more difficult to take care of because they are porous surface. So one thing I would recommend for matte finished rims or black rims or any rims in general, because rims are a pain in the butt to clean at the end of the day, is to get a coating for your wheels and your rims. That's gonna make them cleaner longer and make them much easier to clean when the time comes as well. Now we're gonna move up to the cargo area that we've been talking about for so long for you guys to take a look. And as you can see, we have been running into some technical issues on the left side over here. Sadly, this side is not opening up, so I'm just gonna close that back up real quick, move on to the right side because that one does open up. And over here you get a good example of the rear LEDs on the Rivian. I've seen this car at night driving, and it's pretty badass seeing these lights at night. It looks really cool. But moving over here to the cargo area, get that opened up for you. And even the right side, see what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? Got some issues. I'm gonna try opening up that again for you real quick. Just give me 1 sec. Still not opening up. Okay, so let's see if that has completely opened up now. And as you can see, finally got it open. And you can see the storage capacity that you have over there as well. So when it comes to storage on the Rivian, I think they've been really smart about it. There's plenty of storage around this vehicle and plenty of cabin space as well to be comfortable in. And even over here, they've done little things like go ahead and include a first aid kit for you when you're out traveling on your adventure. That's really cool about this car, guys. It really carries the vibe all throughout the vehicle when it comes to this adventure, outdoorsy type of vibe. So that's really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and close this back up real quick. Done and done. So now that we went into detail on the inside of the vehicle and a couple of the features on the Rivian, let's go over the quality of the exterior. I'm talking about paint, I'm talking about trim pieces, I'm talking about all that good stuff. Now, generally speaking, this vehicle is average when it comes to the paint quality and also the exterior trim pieces, stuff that you need to watch out for. Like I said before, similar to bed liner being plastic, you do have a lot of plastic molding around the vehicle as well. So that's something you want to maybe go ahead and get coats or put some type of plastic sealant to prevent that from fading because it does go throughout the whole vehicle. Besides that, guys, you do also, of course, have that horrible black piano trim around some of the areas of the vehicle, such as the door frame for the glass and then also the windshield over here. Now you can already see that this stuff has been pretty heavily damaged. You see fading already happening and oxidation on the black piano trim. And you also see some sanding marks on this side, and then follow me this way as well. Even worse on this side. So there was most likely some type of damage that happened on this vehicle on the black piano. They tried sanding it off or polishing it off, and you could see those sanding marks and that hazing right over here that we're gonna go ahead and address before we apply our paint protection film. Now again, this is stuff that we watch out for, make sure we get it dialed in before we apply the film on the vehicle. Besides the black piano, the paint. Now the paint has been a bit of a surprise for us guys. Overall, it's pretty average, but we've seen something on this paint that we've never seen before. And I'll take you in on the hood over here. I don't know if Nora can get it on camera, but right over here, if you see carefully with the lighting, it actually says scratches, repaint, hood. So there must have been some type of damage over here that they tried to address or was supposed to get repainted, and they were able to take care of it without a repaint, but rubbing off that marker, they did not do a very good job to remove that shadowing that you see over there from the lettering that they put in. So that's something we're gonna have to go ahead and get polished off as well. And taking my scan grip lighting, I can go ahead and see the condition of the paint. You can see it does have some swirls, it does have some marring, pretty average for new vehicles nowadays. So it's not something to be worried about, but this goes to show that your car is not new when you buy it new. Okay, even these electric vehicles that are coming straight from the manufacturer to your door, there's still things that need to be taken care of before we go ahead and put a ceramic coating on it or put paint protection film on it to make sure that we don't run into any issues, waste time, waste film, and waste money at the end of the day. So right now we're gonna go ahead and measure the paint on the Rivian. So this is our paint thickness gauge. It's gonna go ahead and measure the total thickness from the actual substrate, which is the metal, the primer, the base coat, and then also the clear coat. So it's gonna give us an overall thickness of the paint. Let's take a look real quick. 116, 116, 108, 107. Let's go ahead and look at this area over here that's supposed to be repainted. 106, 107, 108. Take a look at this. 117, 116, 116. To be honest with you guys, this paint is pretty thin, okay? On average, for a vehicle like, let's say this Mercedes over here, we can take a look at that. This is matte paint, so it's gonna be slightly different, but we still take a measurement on it. We're in about 136 to 140. Let's take a look at the Tesla real quick now. We have already ceramic coated the rear end of this, so it's gonna be slightly thicker than average. 156, 140s. So you can see on the Rivian, there is less paint that we're working with, so it's a lot thinner. We have to be a lot more careful when we're doing corrections and things of that nature. If you get a scratch on there, it's gonna be a lot more difficult to remove because we can only remove so much clear coat to level off a scratch for you. So that's something to take note. All right guys, thank you so much for joining us today on this overview of the 2022 Rivian RT1. As you can see, this is a pretty awesome truck. I'm not the most fond when it comes to trucks. I'm not a big fan, but at the end of the day, this is one of the only trucks that I've seen so far that I would actually want to purchase myself. I think it's a great value coming in around that $80,000 mark, especially considering the prices of all these trucks and vehicles out there today. There's a lot of awesome tech in this one, and there's a few minor things that Rivian needs to adjust here and there to go ahead and get this truck dialed in. Besides that, guys, if you guys have any questions, throw them in the comment section below. Make sure to pound that subscribe and like button, and we'll see you next time.